Boy, I wish I was up on my slamming those hecklers etiquette, I'll tell you. No, actually, this is a trick deck. I will be honest with you.
It's all 10 of clubs.
No. Tell me if you see what's weird about this. Give these cards a cut, please. Okay? Give them a cut. Oh, you discovered it already. You discovered the subterfuge. Yes, this is an interesting, it's not really a trick deck, it's just an unusual deck, and that half the cards are, well, half the cards are red, half the cards are blue. But that's okay, because that's the way I need them if I want to do this trick. Now we're going to take out two cards just at random, the Queen of Hearts and the Four of Clubs. And this is another one of those kind of weird philosophical tricks, because I'm going to ask another big, deep, kind of profound philosophical question here, and that question is, have you ever asked yourself where the universe came from?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Where did the universe come from? I think everybody's asked that question at least once. And of course, there's a number of competing theories. Some people simply believe that God created the universe. Actually, that's what I believe. I have no problems admitting that. But other people kind of disqualify the divine from this equation. They say that the universe popped into existence uncaused out of absolutely nothing. They say that the universe is eternal, or some people even say that the universe is an illusion. They still look both ways before they cross the street.
Exactly.
But they still believe it's an illusion. But you know, I think even if you're going to say, you know, the universe came about through natural causes, everybody sort of has to admit that if that's the case, there'd have to be some pretty powerful, amazing coincidences that would have had to have taken place in order for the universe to have the degree of order it has. Would you agree with that statement?
I would agree with that.
Would you agree with that statement? All right. You know, maybe sometimes that's all the difference there is between a coincidence and a miracle. Maybe all a miracle is a really profound coincidence. You never know. Let's see if I can show you what I mean here. I'm going to deal out cards here one at a time. I'd like you to just call out stop whenever you want to, please. You have to say stop.
Come on, Jim. Don't be
Stop.
shy.
Right there? All right. We will mark where you tell me to stop with the Queen of Hearts. Fair enough?
Sure.
Perfect. Francis, the same thing with you. We'll deal out cards one at a time. I'll have you call out stop whenever you want to, please.
Okay, stop.
Right there. We'll mark where you tell me to stop with the Four of Clubs.
Okay.
Now, as in the previous experiment, you would both agree that was a free choice. I did not influence you in any way. You could have called stop at any point in the deck's history. So we'll pull out the cards. There's the Queen, and there's the Four. Now, as I already showed you earlier, and as you can clearly see, half of these cards are red and half of these cards are blue. Now, if I were to turn that card over right there, James, and it would be a blue back card, so you were to stop me on two cards with blue backs, would you consider that to be a coincidence or a miracle?
Or coincidental, I would think.
Just a coincidence.
Yeah.
No, I'd agree. It would be a coincidence. It's not a miracle, just a coincidence. The odds of that happening are exactly 1 in 4.
Yes.
This is my microphone, by the way. Let's go over here to these two cards right there. Let's say, while James took out two blue back cards, you were to stop me on two red backed cards. Would you believe that's a miracle or just a coincidence?
Coincidence.
Coincidence. You know, I agree. The odds of that are exactly 1 in 16. That's not a miracle, it's just a coincidence. Okay? But let's take things a little bit further here. Let's imagine that you were to stop me on two blue back cards, you, Francis, stopping me on two red back cards, and then you stopping me on the twin of the Queen of Hearts. There's only one other red queen in the deck, and that is the Queen of Diamonds. If you were to stop me on the Queen of Diamonds, if I were to turn that card over and it's the Queen of Diamonds, would you consider that a coincidence or would that be a miracle?
Oh, we're still talking coincidence.
We're still talking coincidence. And you know what? I agree. It is a coincidence. I think it's a very profound coincidence.
Yes.
I think it is a coincidence. Odds of that happening are about 1 in 58,000. Same as the odds of the Toronto Maple Leafs winning the Stanley Cup. Our lifetime. Okay. We'll go on over here, though. Let's imagine that you stop me on two blue cards, you stop me on two red cards, you stopping me on the two red queens, and then you stopping me on the twin of the Four of Clubs. There's only one other black four in the deck, the Four of Spades. Would you consider that a coincidence or a miracle?
Intelligent design.
She's on my team. Okay.
That raises the level.
Okay. No, actually, your only options, though, are coincidence or miracle. What would you say?
Okay, coincidence.
A coincidence. And you know what? I agree. It is a coincidence. It is a very, very, very deep and disturbing coincidence. And look at that. It is the Four of Spades. That is a coincidence. Not a miracle,
Wow.
just a coincidence. Thank you. Oh, you can clap if you want. We are going to, we'll end this on a high note here, though, don't worry. And actually, coincidence. You know what I would say, though, would be a real miracle. What I would have to say would qualify this as being a miracle is if you two were to take me out on the only 2 pairs of printed cards, and an entire deck of blank cards. To me, that would be a miracle. What do you think?
Oh, come on.
I love this guy now. He's my pal. Okay.
Can't do that.
Can't do that either. Okay, let's throw away the playing cards. Let's try.